Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of this nonsense. This is William Clark's Ramblings, and today I'm going to be rambling mostly about firearms, because I like guns, and this is the video game Half Sword, which is like medieval combat, but you start out as like a peasant and shit. This game is very bloody. And up ahead, if I reach it, there will be possible dismemberment, decaps, you know, the whole shebang of brutality during the medieval time. So join me today as I'm going to ramble.
What gain is there in blood spilt?
Firearms. Yeah. All right. Well, in the beginning, you just threw rocks, bro. Like we didn't even got firearms. And then this fantastical solution, product, whatchamacallit, gunpowder.
God's hooks.
I forgot who. I think it was like, you know, the Chinese pirates or something.
Zones.
At least that's what I heard last time I heard gunpowder lore. And then they very quickly learned that it's for many other things, including sticking it into small places to build big pressure gaps while gas expands, pushing a projectile out of the end of a thumbnail. And that was first demonstrated during the matchlock firearm era, which kind of looked like, whatchamacallit, flintlock arms, except they had a nice piece of thread attached next to the open port where the gunpowder pan would be, and it just had a little kindling lit, so you can fire your weapon when pressed by your commander. Or if you're just, you know, a guy who owns a weapon, right? This guy's whipping my ass with a fucking buckler, bro. I'm gonna grant me leave to live. He's beating up on me. I cannot allow it. Anyways, I'm so sorry, giving up, man.
Thy braver is
quickly
proven.
moved on to flintlock firearms because first it did not require a lit piece of kindling at all times that could go out easily. But, you know, you could just control when you wanted to fire. Now, of course, that these flintlock firearms were not perfect because they were, you know, known to, you know, do things like hang fire, which is, you know, you pull the trigger, the hammer flies towards the flint sparks, silence, no gunpowder, no big puffy plume of smoke coming out of your fucking rifle barrel, and then like seconds later it happens. Very dangerous. Very dangerous things happening. And of course all this was invented to hurt each other because, well, humans are no better at inventing stuff than to hurt each other with. Yeah. And then one day, this guy comes along.
Buffoon.
And he's like, okay, now hold on. What if I just take this projectile and some of this gunpowder, stick it in a casing, and put the projectile on. Well, now you have cartridges. You know, cartridges were one of the biggest advancements in firearm technology. Oh, I just got my ass whipped. Yes. Cartridges. Yes, right, cartridges. Sorry, I just had a brain fart because I got my ass kicked. They allowed weapons to be fired a lot more effectively other than a guy shooting his flintlock musket and then having to stand there for a whole ass minute while the other guy is just looking at him because they both missed at 50 yards. Yeah, so it allowed for faster fire rates, which meant, you know, more lead down range. More lead down range equals winning more battles. So yeah, they quickly came up with just like oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. I forget what it's called. Whenever you shoot once and then you have to reload immediately after, where you shoot, the cartridge has to come out and then you put a new cartridge in right there. And that was invented with the rolling block rifle. Or was it the rolling block or falling block or whatever you want to call it? I don't really care. And it just, you know, bullets were spewing, and then, you know, all of a sudden, all these firearm inventors are coming out, especially in the Wild West. I love Wild West firearms. Oh my god. Like, all the firearms you see in the Western. Oh, damn. Yeah, no, I think they're all fucking awesome.
Let
From
us
the
parlay
lever
rather than
action
partisan.
to the revolvers, the invention of shotguns, fucking everything you could think of, bigger cartridges, different types of bullets and cartridges, and shit like that. And I think that's all awesome. Because, you know, it's just so cool to look at. How? It's okay, we won though, and that's all that matters. Ooh, I like this get-up. I think I'm gonna rock with this. For some reason, the half-sword community likes to call every single one of these same clones of these humans willies. I'm now going to demonstrate medieval willy combat. This is oh. Yeah, I'm gonna get him right here. Oh, the wild flail. Oh, and you're done. Get fucked. Yeah. I somehow almost have 100 hours in this game, and like I've gotten like a little bit of skill. Not a whole lot. But you know, just enough to get somewhere without having to cheat. Only sometimes, because sometimes whenever you turn the damage all the way up, it's funny to just watch your fist break bones. Get wrecked, fool. Anyways, back on the topic of firearms. There was a long period of firearms that were single fire or you know, just ineffective. So one day they invent the doohickey known as the Gatling gun. The Gatling gun was hand cranked, and that hoe just oh my god. you stick a magazine in the top of the Gatling gun, and then you have a hand crank with multiple barrels so that they don't overheat with the consistent firing, and you just sit there and go tick 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 tick, bang 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 bang. And the army saw that and were like, oh yeah, this is essentially the next grape shot of humanity. So it just became even more pertinent to evolve firearms, and then this little event is on the rise. You know, new firearms are great, and they're cool stuff. You know, you got like Browning and all that, right? And then the Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated by some Serbian guy. Yeah, he just really did not like him, and then accidentally caused the chain reaction that was World War I. You know, 1 million lives lost only. But you did see some cool firearms, including the best American rifle of all time. Fuck! Fuck. The Colt M1911 45 ACP is an awesome semi-automatic pistol that was introduced during the First World War. Semi-automatic things have been around for a little bit. You know, revolvers. You know, some of them are single action, and some of them are double action, allowing a double action revolver allows you to consistently pull the trigger and keep shooting without having to manually cock the hammer yourself, essentially allowing you to just go bang 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 with however much revolver ammunition you have. But instead they're like, okay, look, this Gatling gun thing, this whole clip with magazines, it's really working. They're even doing it in rifles too, because in World War I, the bolt-action rifle was implemented into forces by all armies. And essentially, you shoot a rifle cartridge, you grab the bolt, crank it back, let the empty cartridge case exit the gun, and then you cycle the next round. Easy as pie. Cool. So while the Colt 1911 was cool, there was also another machine gun that was invented. And it totally changed everything. Water-cooled barrel. The case is ejected from the bottom of the gun for some fucking reason. It was belt-fed. It was cool, and it killed a lot of people in turn, forcing every other side of the First World War trench to now carry machine guns in their trench, which now became a staple of war. I mean, I'm not surprised considering popular. They put big ass guns on vehicles. Sometimes they're just regular ass cars, and sometimes there's tanks. But I think I'll save that for another rambling episode, because Lord knows all I talked about in my junior year of high school during history class was fucking tanks, because that teacher did not give a fuck as long as it was American. So yeah. Yeah. A couple years roll by, you know, World War II, blah, blah, blah. Weapons don't really change that much. Yeah, sure, there's a couple cool ones, but still, you know, where the new guns at? You know, they're here now. They're made of polymers, metals, and shit. You know, easily bought at your local gun store. One waiting period, please, for my firearm, and then, you know, it's done, right? Yeah. I don't think... Okay, you know, fuck it, I'll get controversial. Not controversial, we'll say, but he's like, guns are, you know, woo! Hot topic! You know, just threading a fine line here, William Clark. Rambling. You know, guns are cool. Yeah. When used in the right hands, when you know the rules of gun safety. And are not given to them. But sometimes maniacs get their hands on them, and then they give guns bad reps, when all I wish I could do, but I'm broke, is, you know, go buy myself a cool little handgun, and then go to the shooting range and just shoot some targets, because I think that'd be chill as fuck.
Squandro!
But, you know, Lord knows what's happening these days with the government, the little scary government. I'm gonna whip this guy's ass, and then, or he's gonna whip my ass, and then we'll see if this episode ends. Right, William? Alright, let's go. I whipped his fucking ass. Yeah. Thank you for listening to this ramble. I don't know how long it was. I'll just keep doing this. I don't care if it's popular. I just need something to do these days, because I think I'm gonna go lose my mind soon. So, you know, what better way to, you know, talk to myself, right? All right. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.